Welcome back to another episode of the Canon Titans review or recap. Sorry about that. I'm your host Terry, and today I'm doing episodes 2 and 3. I believe episode 2 was Origin. I don't remember. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, catching up on these reviews. Going to do these two together and just kind of talk about my overall thoughts of those two. I had to be honest, as much as I had hopes for this show, it's losing me. It's like 2 seconds away from losing me. After the third episode, I'm going to come back and, continue the story. And I think I said this the first episode, that this overall story, because it's not the Titan story, or the Teen Titans story, it's a very different one. And so this, in Raven, I'm pretty sure it's the same ish. It's going to end up being the same-ish thing. But as far as the way they're playing it out with Starfire and Raven knowing each other and something like that, and her not knowing who her dad is, it's interesting enough to keep my attention. Everything else around it, that's the problem. So episode 2, actually, I remember. Episode 2 is Hawk and Dove. 3 is Origin. So number 2, we get Hawk and Dove, which has my man Thad from Blue Mountain State. He also played Aquaman on Smallville, but he was cool. He was cool as Hawk. Now, Hawk and Dove isn't always portrayed as a couple like that. They've been brothers before, so they did something different. But man, the blood splatter effects were terrible. They were so bad. There's no defending those. Those were so bad. And just the grittiness they tried to do with Hawk and Dove, the whole bruised up, beat up superhero who doesn't have superpower thing like Batman, Daredevil, that's fine. I think they played that well. Actually, a little more grittier than most movies we seen do it. So it was fine, but when they were fighting, it was just like, okay, come on. It seems cheesy. And then this whole backstory with the love triangle. She had something with Robin, like all that. I didn't need it. Once they weren't in costume, it felt very down to earth, but just the whole Hawk and Dove thing with Robin, I don't know, it was a little weird. And then just overall, the show's not well done. It's just not. And I really had problems with the girl playing Raven in the first episode. The other two, she hasn't been as bad, but she's still not a good actress. Now, the actress playing Starfire is super good. She is so good. Don't like the character though. We'll see what they reveal, but so far it's just incomplete and it feels random. And I like her ability to act, but it's just like, some of the stuff the character doesn't make sense for somebody who doesn't know who they are. And so I'm not fully down with that. I like the dude playing Robin. He's cool, but yeah, it's just a lot of the dialogue is very cliche. A lot of the plot points are super predictable. That weird family, that's just weird. But again, I was really down for Titans. I was excited to see what they gave us. But I have to find myself agreeing with the fans or the people that said when we first saw the Comic-Con trailer, this looks like we're trying to be dark for the sake of being dark. And everything we do is like, hey, look at us. Look how dark we are. I think it was episode 2, Hawk and Dove. There had to be like 50 F-bombs in there. It's just like everyone kept saying it just to say it. And I'm just like, I have to be honest, after 3 episodes, this show does feel like, hey, we're just going to be edgy because we can be edgy. And I thought Netflix was guilty of that with Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. But I would say they tempered themselves. There's moments they did that where, especially in Punisher also, where it was like, oh, we're on Netflix, we're edgy. But it was very small compared to this. This seems like a over dramatic, like, we're dark. And I get it. I always say dark doesn't mean it's bad. Like that's a dumb statement. Fun and colorful doesn't mean it's good. Like you can make one of them good or one of them bad doesn't matter. It's all how you execute. And I just think the execution of this show has been terrible. Has been so terrible in so many ways. There's a few redeeming qualities, but man, the stuff they try to do with the effects budget they have is not helping. The writing of the dialogue is not helping. Some of the actors are not helping. It feels bad. It feels so bad. Like Hawk and Dove, that family is so weird. I don't know. I give that a 71, C minus, 71%. Origins was a little better. Then towards the end, it was just like overly confusing, and I don't know. I give that one to 75, so a C. We'll see what they give us next. And honestly, it hasn't gotten to Cloak and Dagger level bad. Cloak and Dagger, holy crap. Some of that was super terrible. But it's approaching it. I'm gonna be honest. It's rapidly approaching Cloak and Dagger bad. So anyway, go to the comment section. Let me know what you think about Titans on the DC streaming service. Share it around, get the convo started. Thumbs up, subscribe. And remember, if you heard it here, it's official canon.